Hey, everybody. I just wanted to share with you briefly why it is that I chose the Malcolm X and Sherman Alexie essays to share with you as a way to really take the theories of grit and growth and fixed mindsets and see how they not only affect our academic performance and our work performance, but really, as Sherman Alexie says, it's about saving our lives sometimes. And um, I'm especially touched by Malcolm X's description of learning to read in prison. This is because when I was a boy, when I was 9 years old, I was left in a children's shelter when my family disintegrated. And I had been a middle class kid when suddenly the kind of floor collapsed beneath me, and I found myself plunged into the criminal class. They didn't distinguish back then, I don't know if they do now, between children who actually really had committed crimes or needed to be, well, incarcerated, or children who just simply had the bad luck of being in a dysfunctional family. And so there I was. I had lost my family. I'd lost all my possessions, my home, my community, my school, everything had gone up in smoke. And I was in prison. Now, you can imagine how shocking that was. And what came to my rescue was actually not a human being at that time, but instead it was a book. It was a book called The Phantom Tollbooth, and it was written by a fellow named Norton Juster. And I read that book like a Bible. I read it again and again, and the book became a kind of chrysalis for me to survive in as I went through the loss of my family and the brutality of living right beside a juvenile hall and among kids who were pretty hardened at that point. And so I read The Phantom Tollbooth again and again, and it taught me things like how life is a pilgrimage, the value of knowledge and of quests, and it kept reminding me about the beauty of the world and that there was sanity out there outside of the walls of this children's shelter that I'd ended up in. And so, just as Malcolm X found his meaning and his purpose in reading, and Sherman Alexie as well carved out his future in that way, I feel like I did something akin to that when I was in that children's shelter. Reading kept me sane. And not only that, it ended up guiding a lot of my future life. I started embarking on pilgrimages as soon as I was old enough. I even did a pilgrimage route through Europe some years ago. And my master's thesis in literature was written on one of the great medieval quest narratives, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. So there you go. Reading does save your life. And that's why I'm so happy to share the narratives of Malcolm X and Sherman Alexie with you.